All right, hello and welcome everyone. So today we are going to be talking about Ash, and the reason we're talking about Ash is because A, it's been a while, and B, there is some new functionality in Warframe regarding invisibility for all Warframes, and Ash, I think personally, gets the most benefit out of this new functionality. So, previously, when invisibility would end in Warframe, your Warframe would be instantly available for retargeting and firing for enemies, which means you could be 360 snap one-shotted by any enemy, given that they're a high enough level to one-shot you, as you're coming out of your invisibility. This makes invisibility on Warframes that have low duration invisibility extremely unsafe, and Ash was the most vulnerable to it working that way in general. Of course, this affected Ivara and Loki and the whole roster, essentially, that have invisibility. What this was changed to is that there is now a 1-second delay on enemies being able to retarget you, which means you essentially have a full extra second of invisibility that gives you a window to recast your invisibility. And for Ash, his 2 can be cast within that 1-second availability because his 2's cast is extremely fast, and he can cast it in the air, on the ground, like while moving. Like, it's a very fast action that you can just do pretty much fucking whenever. So with that, he can abuse it by just not needing to hide anymore and essentially having like faux Ivara invisibility, but with the full movement suite of Warframe. So that's pretty good. In terms of the build, this changes it only minorly in that you no longer, for really high-level content, need to use Rolling Guard as long as you're pretty confident in your 2 pressing abilities. Previously, this gave you 3 seconds of invulnerability every 7 seconds, so you could sync that up with rolling your invisibility ending and then you hitting 2 as enemies realize you're there and then shoot the fuck out of you, but you can't die because you're stacking the invulnerability over that recast window and then being invisible again, which would kind of mimic what we have now. So in its place, I have decided to go with Rising Storm, as Rising Storm is an augment that I like quite a bit because the plus 10-second combo duration is very comfortable for me, and also being able to build up a lot more melee counter is nice, especially whenever you consider Ash's passive is extra slash procs, which is why we're going to be combining it with the Reaper Prime, which is, of course, abusing slash procs as well by having guaranteed slash procs on its heavy attack. And we're combining the Zeneric passive for increased melee combo efficiency. And on the Reaper, we are using Focus Energy. So we have the cap on melee combo efficiency. And we're abusing slash procs because we're getting a 25% bonus to just raw damage from slash procs from Ash. And they last 50% longer. All of that to be said is you can do a lot of damage in an incredibly safe way. But worth noting is Rising Storm, this slot, I would consider it to just, in general, be a flex slot for Ash now. So put whatever you want there. If you are more comfortable with seeking Shuriken to get rid of armor from enemies, do that. If you still want to use Rolling Guard because it is kind of really just an extra layer of safety, that seems totally reasonable. This slot is pretty much just free now, and it doesn't need to be Rolling Guard anymore, which is great. So yeah, good stuff. Let's show this off because it is kind of hilarious looking. Like, it's kind of goofy. Because we can just get out here, throw our 2 down, and as long as I hit 2 when it ends, these enemies aren't allowed to shoot at me. They just aren't allowed to do that. And it's pretty ridiculous. Because, like, clearly they should see me. But they just get so blown away by the smoke bomb. And they simply cannot. They have been told no by the new mechanics of the video game. And that's such good news for Ash. Because it was the biggest bummer in the world for Ash to end invisibility and evaporate. So yeah, great stuff there. Of course, you can use his 4 to build a considerable amount of combo very fast, as you're seeing in the bottom right now. And this is without me using, like, Prime Fury or anything like that on this weapon, which you definitely could do and do have room for because you do not need to use Drifting Contact on this weapon if you're using his 4 augment, because you're going to get that 10-second additional time regardless. So that's very nice. But yeah, you are essentially just allowed to do whatever the fuck. Also, for anyone who forgot, the Reaper Prime does a lot of fucking damage with its heavy attacks. I don't know if that was clear from the video I made on it, but enemies don't survive it. So whenever you're adding even further damage on top of that and the ability to build combo extremely fast, it's pretty abusable. It's pretty abusable. Because one of the really nice things you can do is what we're about to show off here. Where I'm just going to tell this to go up here. I'm going to spawn these enemies in. Send out my clones on these dudes. And that's going to build a ton of combo while I'm over here using heavy attacks. And what that's essentially going to do is make it so I'm not really using any combo, even if I'm spamming these heavy attacks. Because whenever my clones are attacking, I'm getting 6 combo per one, which is honestly a pretty solid rate. Yeah, even these level 170 heavy gunners, like they don't stand a single chance. Like doing this it's not fucking kosher. Like they have zero shot. The only thing that I would really love it if Ash had, like, on top of this, is if his 3 could be used without a target, teleport like half the distance or something. That'd be amazing for Ash, and would really be all he needs after this invisibility change to be, like, kind of fucking insane. But yeah, great stuff for Ash, great stuff for all of the invisibility frames, honestly. But I want to take the time to show Ash off once again. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you later.